Welcome back to the channel. My name is A-Bomb. We are back with Football Manager 2019 and welcome to Eastern Resurgence, a brand new series for the new year. Happy New Year to everybody. This is a brand new series on Football Manager 2019 based in Germany in the 4th tier with BFC Dynamo, a German side that were one of the biggest sides in what was then East Germany that are now down the divisions in the 4th tier, and we are going to manage them on FM. This is going to be one of the toughest saves I've ever done. It's very different to anything I've ever done before, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Today I'm not going to play any games, I'm not going to delve too much into the game. It's just going to be a bit of a history lesson, if that makes sense. We're going to be talking about the history of East Germany, like their national team, and then more about like club football in East Germany, teams like BFC Dynamo, Dynamo Dresden, Lokomotiv Leipzig, just a bit of backstory there as well. So not too much in terms of actual gameplay today, but just a little bit of background around the save. But hopefully you still enjoy it. This is using a custom database. There are a couple that I saw, and I'll link them both in the description. They're both on the Steam Workshop. The database I'm using is made by Klassen. He has done databases for FM for a number of years, and he always does like the World League mega packs that include all the smaller countries of Europe, like San Marino and teams like that, and also all the lower divisions as well. So we have just got the German division, and that is down to the 5th tier of Germany. We're in the 4th tier, so relegation is possible. We won't just get sacked if we get relegated. We might still get sacked, but if we do get relegated, we will be in a lower tier. There was also one that was on Steam, which I did have before, which seemed to work okay. It was by, I think his name's like Human JJ or something like that. I'm not entirely sure what the name is because it's like numbers and letters. It's a bit confusing. But I'll leave a link to that database in the description below. They're both on the Steam Workshop. And I know the Klassen one is on the SI website as well. So they're easy to find, not too long to download. They're pretty easy to get. So yeah, if you do want to do something similar to this or something in another country, then they're readily available online. But anyway, let's set up our game and then we'll talk a bit about history. So I've got all my leagues loaded. I've just got the top 5 leagues. I don't really think we need much more than that. We've got a custom database of about 87,000 players. We'll change the game starter date to early on in Germany. Because we're using a custom database, I've got add players to playable teams. So because this is a team that wouldn't normally be in the game, it's just making sure that there's enough players to actually fill out a squad. So there will be some regens in there. Hopefully some good ones. You might get some good ones. It's a bit of a mixed bag, a bit of a pick and mix if you like, a bit of a surprise. So we've got that. Prevent use of the in-game editor as always, so you know there's no shenanigans. And I do have a disable attribute masking on just in the interest of time. We're still going to be scouting players to find out if they're recommended for us or not, but just for the sake of time, we are going to be seeing players' attributes in full, not like masked. Also, if I do sound a bit croaky, I'm a little bit under the weather. If this isn't good enough, I will not put it out. But if it's okay, then this should come out New Year's Day. If not, if this is a bit delayed, then I'm sorry. But New Year's Eve, and I fell ill. Of course I did. Okay, so while this is setting up, let's talk about the history. So I have gone ahead and done like a separate thing for this. And you'll see some images pop up. But it's nothing too fancy. I don't know how to use After Effects. So it's just going to be a few images that pop up. Maybe some videos on or stuff like that. But take it away, past me or future me. I think it's future me. Welcome to Eastern Resurgence, a save with BFC Dynamo in Football Manager 2019. But before we start, let's start with a pub quiz question. How many players from Germany's 2014 and 2018 World Cup squads were from what was formerly known as East Germany? The answer is 1, Toni Kroos. It's a surprising number seeing as around 15% of Germany's population lives in the former German Democratic Republic. In the 2002 World Cup, 7 players from East Germany featured at the Korea Japan tournament. That's not to say there aren't any more good players from the East. There's Maximilian Arnold from Wolfsburg, who has just 1 cap for Germany, and there's also Borussia Dortmund's one club man Marcel Schmelzer, as well as Premier League winner Robert Huth. So why is this, and what does it have to do with my Football Manager series? Well, it's time for a history lesson. Before we delve into club football in East Germany, let's briefly look at their national football team. After unofficial football matches for a few years, the DFV, the Deutsche Fußballverband, were accepted into FIFA membership in 1952. Their first official match was a 3-0 friendly defeat to Poland in Warsaw, with their first match on home soil being a goalless draw against Bulgaria in front of 55,000 fans in Dresden. East Germany entered qualification for the 1958 World Cup for the first time, defeating Wales in front of 120,000 fans in the Zentrale Stadium in Leipzig, although they failed to qualify, finishing behind Wales and Czechoslovakia. After coming close a few times, East Germany qualified for their first and only World Cup finals in 1974, staged in their neighbour West Germany. The rivals were drawn in the same first round group alongside Chile and Australia. In the end, both German sides progressed. In the last match, a 77th minute goal by Jürgen Sparwasser sent East Germany through to the second round, beating West Germany 1-0 and winning the group. However, they did not get through round 2, finishing third in their group behind Brazil and eventual runners-up the Netherlands. West Germany went on to win the tournament, gaining their second World Cup. East Germany had more success with their Olympic football teams, winning 4 medals in 4 games, including gold in Montreal in 1976. After reunification of Germany, any players who had been capped for East Germany were eligible for selection for the now single German team. Only 8 players have ever been capped for both East Germany and Germany. So now let's talk a bit more about club football in East Germany. RB Leipzig's promotion to the Bundesliga in 2016 made them only the 5th club from the former East Germany to make the top flight in Germany. VfB Leipzig, now known as Lokomotiv Leipzig, and Energy Cottbus have spent just 7 years in the Bundesliga between them, whilst 2 clubs were readmitted to the Bundesliga after German reunification, Hansa Rostock and Dynamo Dresden, one of East Germany's most popular sides, winning 8 titles in the now defunct DDR-Oberliga. The Dynamo prefix was synonymous with the police in Germany and also in the Soviet Union. Another team that has the word Dynamo in their name was Berliner FC Dynamo, the team that we are following on this journey. Known then as Dynamo Berlin, they were the most successful club in East Germany, winning 10 consecutive DDR-Oberliga titles between 1979 and 1989. Dynamo Berlin were run by the Stasi, East Germany's secret police agency, and the head of the Stasi, Erich Mielke, used his influence to secure the very best players from the German Democratic Republic for his club. This wasn't uncommon in post-communist Eastern Europe, but it garnered the club a bad reputation, and Berlin's dealings made them one of the country's most despised football clubs. Alleged match fixing in a 1986 match between Dynamo Berlin and Lokomotiv Leipzig only served to fuel fans' disdain towards the Reds. With Berlin trailing 1-0, referee Bernd Stumpf awarded what became known as the penalty of shame, and TV replays could not show whether the official's decision was correct or not. In 1991, after a 1-season transition, all East German leagues were dissolved into the new German league system, with higher teams joining higher divisions. Only 2 spots in the Bundesliga were granted to East German teams, them being Hansa Rostock and Dynamo Dresden. The financial superiority of West Germany saw the East get raided of its talent, and so East German football fell on harsh times. At this time, Dynamo Berlin were known as FC Berlin to distance themselves from their shady past, including the police and the Stasi. The team finished in 11th place, putting them into the 3rd division of the German football pyramid. Due to supporter demand, the club reverted to their Dynamo name and became known as Berliner FC Dynamo, the name they go by today. Without the backing of the Stasi and losing its best players to the higher divisions, the side fell to the 5th tier and only returned to the Regionalliga Nordost, the current division they're in now, as recently as 2014. Their current manager is René Radlewicz. He started his football career at the club in 1989 before plying his trade at Bayer Leverkusen and 1860 Munich, taking charge of BFC Dynamo in 2016. The long-time home of BFC Dynamo is the Sportforum Hohenschönhausen, an outdoor stadium that has a capacity of 10,000 fans, including 2,000 seated, and is part of a large sports complex with facilities for ice hockey, speed skating, athletics and cycling. The stadium itself is very run down and was used a lot in the 70s and 80s. Whilst most games and most training sessions were at this stadium, their European Cup matches were played at the Friedrich Ludwig Jahn Sport Park, close to the former Berlin Wall. After winning promotion in 2014, the club moved back to this stadium and they now play there today, with a capacity just under 20,000 spectators. The stadium is under planning at the moment for a complete redevelopment, with a cost of around 170 million euros, including 85 million for a brand new stadium. The current stadium will be demolished by 2020. Last season the club finished 4th in the Regionalliga Nordost, and this is where we'll pick things up. We will be rebuilding our youth academy, primarily focusing on East German talent. We're here to take the club to the next level and on to professional status. This is the toughest journey I've ever undertaken on Football Manager. The German Regionalliga is a bottleneck. With 5 divisions, only 3 teams will get promoted to the 3rd tier, the Drei Bundesliga. The ultimate goal is to help with the revival of East German football, so join me and BFC Dynamo for the East German Resurgence. So there you have it. That's the team we're going to be managing. It's going to be extremely difficult. We'll see how it goes. This is the manager that they're going to be using, which I've already set up beforehand, mainly focusing on working with youngsters. The badges and qualifications I've put based on the club. So we've got a Continental A license and we are a semi-professional footballer. So that is the manager we're going to be using. So we'll go down to the German 4th tier into the regional division North East, and we'll select BFC Dynamo, who are predicted to finish 7th. So we'll pick them, we'll keep these managerial attributes, and we will start playing. Although we will pick this up next time, where we are going to look at the squad, probably play a friendly of some sort, maybe intra-squad, who knows. As you can see, I've done a few tests, and it seemed to all work okay. So yeah, it should be an interesting experience. I've never done anything like this before. The closest thing I've done to this is Parma, because it was an extended database, a custom database. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting experience. So there we are. Braun. My name's Braun because my surname's Brown, and the German for Brown is Braun. So my name is Andrew Braun. That's where we're going to leave it today. We'll pick up next time where we leave off. So thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, I know there wasn't much gameplay involved, but hopefully you enjoyed the history lesson, a bit of background about the club and about East Germany. If you enjoyed it, do drop a like down below, leave comments, and if you want to see videos as and when they turn up on YouTube, do hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell to receive updates if I upload or go live, and follow me on social media so you don't miss any of my content. I'll see you next episode where we're going to jump into the save, meet some of the players, maybe sort out a tactic and play a match. We'll see what happens. But for now, thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.